Stop snowing. Oh my word, they said it was gonna go another 2 days. Ah, crap. 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 Jeez Louise. Oh. Crap. Whoa, whoa. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, so yesterday it snowed. And I'm not talking just like, the sky got kind of upset and it started raining down little sprinkles of like frozen tears upon us. No, I mean like the sky got really, really mad at us. Like we did something that we were totally unaware of. It's like when all of a sudden you start getting passive aggressive texts and you have absolutely no idea why, and you're racking your brain trying to figure out what you did wrong. So you just start apologizing to absolutely anything. That's literally what happened yesterday. The snow came down so hard and heavy and fast that I, who happened to be in Wyndham, because it wasn't snowing when I left my house, and Wyndham's like a 45-minute drive away from my house-ish, you know what I mean? Took me 6 hours to get home last night. 6 hours. I slid off the road like twice, and both times I was lucky enough to have someone pull me back onto the road, but it was arduous. And I had the little hatchback. It was an entire ordeal. And the results are what you see behind me. It is insane. It's absolutely insane. Not so insane because we kind of knew it was happening, but at the same time, not to the extent. I feel like I need to defend myself here. However, the end result is that there is just snow and ice everywhere, whereas yesterday there was absolutely nothing. I know that personal feeling of when you wake up and there's absolutely no power in your house. It really can feel like it is you under the microscope. It is you under the heat of the lash and you are the one with the problem. But literally yesterday, entire towns went just completely black. Cornish, I don't know if you know where Cornish is, like literally right over there. Like when you ask an old Mainer for directions and they point over their shoulder and go, it's right over there. That is where Cornish is. Whole place was blacked out last night. We're in a situation where there's no lights, there's no water, there is no heat. What's that tasty word that we all love so much? You already know what it is, folks. You know it's real when you take out the oil lamps. Lamp oil on standby. You might say that we've been through this before. It's heat. There's no heat in the house because we were woefully underprepared for this. I think we got a few propane heaters that we're trying to tinker with and get going, but for the meantime, there's no heat. Except for the grill that is in the barn. That's right. That's the only source of any type of flame, any type of conduction at the moment is in the barn. Let me show you. Oh yeah, it's in there. So what am I supposed to do right now? I wake up and of course every part of my body wants to gripe, but also there are other parts of my bodies that are just like, what can we do to rectify this? Well, obviously nothing because the CMP people are gonna be the ones that you know, ultimately pulls us out of this abyss. But at the same time, you know, I can take somewhat control of my own household, and I can do that by, you know, doing minor things such as flushing the toilet. We all hate the word toilet, don't we? Like, everybody uses it and everyone needs it, but no one really likes to acknowledge its existence. And it does so much for us, especially in a modern sense of society. Toilets used to be non-existent, folks, and we don't realize how much we love them until they do not work. There's so many things that are like that. Now, we do have jugs of water to use for like drinking purposes, maybe a little cooking purposes. However, you can't use jugs of water to flush the toilet with. It's just such a waste. When, you know, we have all the stuff around us that could, you know, be melted down in pots. So even though this might not be the usual content that you seek out, maybe it'll be useful content. I don't know if it'll be entertaining content, but it's going to be very relatable because most of you guys out there don't have power either, and I feel terrible. I hope that you're in good spirits. I am in somewhat good spirits, and if you too want to take just back a little bit of control in your lives, join me today. My name is Emily, and I don't have power.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Oh, that looks weird. It's in my barn. If we just, you know, walk around my car, here in the corner, with window light lighting it up, past, you know, the massive engine, you know, right next to the table saw, is my grill. My grill has a burner, and my grill has tongs on it. We're gonna be getting rid of those in a second. Not to mention, you know, there's the weed whacker here. Everything's very functional, of course. I'm gonna be grilling some food out here in a second. But yeah, this is what we're gonna melt the snow on because we have absolutely no gas anything in the house. We have no battery operated anything for heat. That's the bucket that I'm gonna be filling up. Yeah, it's on, mother humpers. It is on.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm. We don't need no more.
Oh my word. The eternal glories of wintertime. Don't judge me. Desperate times, dude. You just gotta do what you can. You gotta work with what you got. Fill her up, Bob. It's very classic pioneer style. Handling it like a boss. I just did this pot at first, and then I was like, you know what? I have a pretty big grill. Let's do like 3 pots at once. See if that kind of speed things up. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's pack it in. Don't be shy. These are like pots that I'm not super precious about either. These aren't like my best cook pots. I mean, this one I am kind of precious about. It's one of my favorites. It looks like a cauldron. But the other ones are pretty old. But this one's going to go onto the burner, not necessarily the grill. So I'm not really worried. There we go. 3 full pots. Alright, this puppy's going over here. This daddy's going up in here. There's lots of snow. It's gonna get sizzly. It's okay. Okay, and I got the last one right here. We're gonna try this out. It's probably gonna take a lot longer on this side of the grill. Here. Let me give you all a closer look here. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. We are ready to go. Look how bright that snow is. Okay. Going down below to the depths of the darkness, turning on that propane. I'm such a pansy when it comes to propane. I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna leave it on. It's in a building. This place could go kablooey any second. Alrighty then. Moment of truth, yo. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Hey, let's get that flame lit. Whoop! A little bit much. She popping right now. Start that thing low. Okay, now. Time for over here. Let's do it. Let's pop it off. Woo, Lord. Let's turn that down. Let's not burn this place to the ground. I mean, it's very well ventilated. I'm not worried about that. But it is a building. Maybe I should turn up the paint a little bit. Alright. Now we have snow melting, and it's probably not going to be fast. It's going to take a little while, but it's the process. It's all going in that bucket. Let me talk to y'all for a second. So I want to flush the downstairs toilet, and I just flushed the upstairs one, but you know how you can never flush a toilet too many times? I'd like to flush it again. So we will be seeing about that. And yeah, this is what it's like. This is the reality of the Maine. It's not even wilderness right now, but it's basically wilderness because we have no power. And what really creates a civilization? Electricity. And the ability to, have conveniences like products that can, either work off of outlet or some sort of a cable. Basically, our entire life is dictated by cables, if you really think about it. Because what's out there on those poles that's not working right now, that's driving us all crazy, it's the friggin' cables that, are failing us tremendously. It's a nice life, right? Having our lives dictated by things with cables. I mean, shoot, even right now, just take a look. I got a cable running from here to in there. If I didn't have that cable, what was I gonna do? Absolutely nothing. Why? Because yeah, I have lighters inside. Do I have the wood to create a fire so that I can melt the snow? Look at me, I look like I'm going to the Arctic right now. Look at this, look at the impressive hood. The hood is everything right now. Oh man, take a look. This is what I was doing a second ago. I ain't messing around, man. I'm not catching a cold. Something's coming around. So that's just the homies who are here to shovel. Apparently we have shoveling homies. This is what they look like. I don't know if you can see them. Shoveling homies. Those are the shoveling homies. And I don't know where my mother finds these people, but she finds them and she recruits them just to do things for her. She's incredible. My mother is incredible. I don't know how she does it. I don't know enough people to recruit and to make them shoveling homies. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually gonna, here, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna be closing this lid, just to see if it helps. No, I'm not. Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I can take this off. Can I take this off? I could take this off. In another time, in another plane of existence, I could take that off. For now, we're not taking it off. But yeah, it'd be slowly melting. Look at this. What we cooking up today, folks? Ooh, we cooking up some nice cold water. That is what we are cooking up today. This one's actually melting pretty fast, probably because I didn't pack in as much this time around. The rest of them gonna take a lot longer. Those slings are not as big as this one, and they're not as circular. This is obviously meant to grill food and not to, encompass an entire pan. Sorry, I just went way out of focus there. This one is like a single burner type situation, so that's why it is encompassing the entire snow. Not the snow. You know what I mean. It's the pot. The snow is in the pot, and it's going all the way around. Really, really nice. Not, is this on full blast? Not quite on full blast. But, that's okay. Honest to goodness, I just need it to be a liquid. I don't even need it to be anything else. But here we are now with our handy dandy screwdriver, because I couldn't find anything else in the barn that was light enough to use and you could actually poke through. I'm just breaking it up this way so that I don't want to say the heat is evenly distributed. That sounds like a dumb thing to say, but you know what I mean. Just to kind of get it so there's not one large clump, so that things can melt a little bit better. I'm gonna do it over here too. I was stirring the other pot so much because you know how I like to stir the pot before when I was melting it, but here we go, folks. Nice and broken up. That's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. You're missing those nice easy flushes beforehand, aren't you? Aren't you? Obviously, we're not going to drink this. We have like actual jugs of water for that, but there's no way that we're wasting a jug full of water to try to flush a toilet. There we go. There we go. We're poking. We're prodding. We're going the extra mile. We're going to be stirring this soon. But for now, just working. See how it's starting to come away from the sides? I feel like this is like a cooking show. See how it's starting to pull away from the sides? That's how you know that it's starting to reach the appropriate amount of doneness. Haha. We just know that it means it's heating the snow up in this case. And I think I'm going to try to keep refilling this particular pot as we go, because obviously once the snow starts to melt, because snow is a lot of air, and so once it starts to melt, we lose the air, we lose the volume, and we have much more room in the pot. So instead of, you know, having just a pot that's halfway up with water when we originally had a pot full of snow, we'll just keep adding snow, so we'll get a pot mostly full of water and probably not all the way up because that's a lot of time, and we have 2 other pots that are going anyways. But for now, this is kind of what we're about. All right. Oh, perfect. Look at that slush. We're getting slush. Slush is the first stage. Well, second stage, I mean. First stage is obviously snow. But slush is the first stage of cooking the snow. Gosh almighty, I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're working with it. We're working with it. What are you doing? Did you prepare? You're like, Emily, I got pots of water waiting around. You know what? I wasn't home, okay? I was on the road almost dying every 9 seconds. And that took up a lot of my attention. Alrighty then. So we're gonna get this marinate. Simmer and marinate your snow. You know, just continue to touch it. You can always tell the appropriate amount of doneness when you're just touching it. Mostly it should be a pure liquid. So we'll be checking back in a second. Ooh, baby. You know you want that cup of snow. It's gonna hit the spot right about now. It's going in, I don't know, can you see that? Going in, yeah. That sun flare kind of hit it. But that's the gist of it. That's what we're doing right now. What are you doing right now? I sound so bitter. I'm not actually bitter. I'm actually in a very good mood right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's like you have 2 options when these sort of things happen. 1, you become very frustrated and bitter, and 2, you just go with it. You just go with that flow. Ooh, yeah, look. Pour one out for all the homies who are trapped on the side of the road right now. I hope nobody's trapped on the side of the road right now. Oh my gosh, that happened to me twice yesterday. It's a very long day. I hope everybody's doing A-okay. But you know what? We're pouring it out for the homies who get people off of the side of the road. Because you know what? I had plenty of people do that for me yesterday. And I love y'all with every fiber of my little red beating heart. Thank you so much. So now, I'm going to go outside and refill this beautiful blue shovel. Alright, we're back. And look at the snow that I have. It's nice. I feel like I'm in a makeup tutorial right now. Just like... I can't even put it in the cup. I can just like literally pick it up. And look at this snow right here. I don't know, can you see it? That's what they always do. Like they're just trying to grab focus, but this camera loves to grab focus no matter what. So now we're taking this nice little pint-sized glacier and just like slipping it in. Like it's, you know, cotton candy into, you know, one of those punch bowls where it just like disintegrates. And it's really beautiful. So now we have another one. Can you see what we're doing on that grill? We're just doing the same thing, which we're gonna go in here. Oh yeah, baby. Get into that punch bowl, you beautiful piece of snow. Get into that punch bowl. All right, so here we are. More snow. Oh, I'm not gonna eat it. Who knows where this snow came from? This could be Lewiston snow. Just kidding, Lewiston, please don't find me and kill me. And then here we go. Oh yeah, just slip into that sauna. It's like a snow sauna, isn't it? Look at the chunkage. Look at that chunky goodness. Some chunky goodness right there. Ah, no, that's right, we don't need it though. All right, slipping it in, buddy. Slipping her in. Let me slip this snow into an environment not as comfortable, because it's gonna melt. Let's take one for the team, if you know what I mean. That's the dream. Snow is just like, this is part of my cycle of life, you know what I mean? I'm feeling a little bit, you know, solid right now. But yeah, snow is just like starting out all kind of solid. And then it's just like, you know what, I have cycles throughout my life. And I'm ready for the next cycle, which is usually slush. And then moves on to water, where it's like, I'm in my really mature phase. And then moves on to evaporate into the air again. And that's like, you know what, this is my transcendence. And it does that circular lifestyle. And it just transcends back down to earth again as snow. What can we learn from this? Alright, so we got some reinforcements. Don't mind that voice in the background. It's just my other video uploading to Instagram, because that's just a lot faster on the phone. We got a nice paper cup that I found in the barn. Rusty Lamprey Market. I've never actually been there. Here, we'll just like toss it in, because we're mostly melted here. Look at that. Look at the progress we've made. Here we go. Like an ice glacier in the Arctic, hitting that water because a penguin pushed it. There we go. Here we go. All right. Here's another one. Another one. All right. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Here we go. Actually, we're getting pretty good over here too. Nah, but we're gonna focus over here. There we go. It's gonna melt a lot faster now that it's mostly water. Oh boy. And we're just gonna keep going from there and get more batteries. Alright, fresh battery in. We are good to go. Look at the meltage. We are melting away here. I turned the heat down while I went to get the battery. So we're gonna turn her back up now. One by one. We are turned back up. This puppy over here is melting a little faster, but it's a very old pot and it has a very thin bottom. Now you would assume that that means that the heat could just like conduct more easily, and kind of, I guess so, but honest to goodness, sometimes you need something that is going to sort of conduct the heat evenly all around. Like these things have like those good bottoms, those thickum like metal bottoms that just spread everything evenly, so that's why it's doing that a little bit better than the other one. But yeah, we are just gonna keep on shoveling that snow into this pot and maybe another one, and then we'll be pouring it into that bucket. Yeah, nice big chunkage right here. Big old chunkage. Ooh, baby. Baby. Yes, baby. In there, baby. Who else watches Schitt's Creek and knows when Moira says, baby? Let me hear ya. Holla at me. This one is not melting as fast. I'm a little perturbed by that. But, here we go. Let's keep in frame, lady. Here we go. Sprinkle her in. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, get in there. Okay, we're about ready. We're about ready for one of these puppies to be doing the pour. Okay, so I got one of these mother humpers ready to get poured into the bucket. The almighty bucket, the end game, the promised land. How I'm gonna pick it up and bring it into the house, because I don't trust myself like carrying one of those pots over there. So here we go, we got one of them ready. Watch as I wave the screwdriver around. Haha, pew, baby. Look at all the gravel and the sediment in there. Let me see if I can reach it up for your viewing pleasure. I don't know if you can see it, but here we go. I know you wanted this pour. That's why you stuck around. Oh, baby. Pure melted snow in a bucket. The next thing they're gonna feature at Sonic. God, I wish I had a Sonic in Maine. So this one is not entirely melted, but however it is like, you know, like mostly melted. I think that we can like, you know, agree that mostly melted is better than not melted at all. And I just want to run inside real fast. So, here we go. This is what we got. It's kind of a slush fest right in there. It's like when you like look at the roads and you go, I can drive in that. That's the type of slush we're dealing with right here. And I'm literally having that moment of contemplation now, being like, yeah, I could pour that. I could flush a toilet with that. So we're gonna try. Here's the pool water. Here, can I get in the shot? Oh, Lord. We got a small glacier in there. Conversely, we have this, which really isn't melted. In fact, we can go ahead and say that like that's pretty much not melted. But do I want to just leave that out here? Not really. Do I have enough? You know what? I do. I do not. I do not want to leave it there, but I do want to pour it. So we're gonna turn off the grill real fast. Because you know what? We are responsible people who grill in barns. Okay. Okay. And we're just gonna dump her in. And hope that the rest of the water doesn't melt it. Oh, oh, we got a splash. Your splashing is so dashing. This is why I'm single, by the way. Look at this full bucket. This is water that we melted. Well, I melted, but you were here with me, so you kind of melted it too. And now we're gonna go flush toilets with it. Because we are in pioneer land today, folks. We are in pioneer land, but we're making it work. We're making it happen. And I am proud of us. I'm proud of us. Look at that. Ah, it's beautiful. It's the most beautiful melted water I've ever seen. All right, here we go. Lifting that water up. We're moving. We're grooving. We're leaving the tripod. I'll come back for you, I swear. All right, we're stepping over the metal coils. We're trying not, oh Lord, splash the icy cold water. We are the little Dutch milkmaids, but there's no milk, and we're not Dutch, and it's winter, and it's Maine. Ooh, Lord, it's a little bright. Look at those homies. Shoveling like only homies can. Shoveling homies. So, in the name of like good taste, I'm not actually gonna show myself pouring the water into the toilet because I feel like that's just something that really the minimal amount of people want to see. However, I will let you know how it goes. I'll let you know the success rate of it, and the success rate is usually almost like 100% unless like something is really wrong. But nothing's really wrong here. We just like, you know, want to practice somewhat good hygiene in the middle of all this. So I'm gonna be right back. All right, first toilet, totally successful. Don't you feel like you're watching that guy that like did that show, like the horrible jobs, or whatever it is, horrible but necessary jobs? I don't remember what his name was. Make something. His name is Make Something. I think. I don't know. But I don't know, it's like those small victories where it's like the toilet's okay now. I'm so excited. And now I'm going to go do the other one. So we ended up like halfway still with water. So I'm really happy that I did those 3 pots because that's just kind of working out for me because we actually only have 2 toilets in the house. But yeah, about to go do the second one, and then hey, a little less gross of a house to live in. Very happy about that. Sorry if the angle's like not fantastic. Like maybe I was gonna think about showing you just the motion of the water going in, just in case you're like ever curious, in case you're just being like, Emily, you're like literally leaving out the key points here. Like I feel like you're trying to teach us something useful, but then you leave out how to actually do it. It's very self-explanatory. You just kind of like toss it in. It's kind of necessarily like a shove into the toilet. It's not really like a splash. You don't really want it. Splash, it's kind of disgusting, but you know, you want some force to it instead of just like a trickle. Like that's not going to do anything. It's just going to kind of fill your toilet up. Your toilet's going to be like just a little bit, not like but just like you know, kind of like that. So I figured I would just show you, but you can't see anything for the most part. Just hang in there with me, folks. This is important. Knocking stuff over. We have said bucket, then there is said toilet. You can't see it, but I promise you it's there. I'm not just throwing water onto the floor. And then we kind of hold the bucket like so, and just kind of all right, so hopefully you were able to like see the gist of that, where it's not really just a ooh. It's not like a ooh. It's more of like a ha, you know, but not really like a ha, but more like a ha. Do you know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. Like your limbs right now are just like connecting to my words and being like, oh yeah, I've definitely experienced that feeling before. So basically that's it. Still no power. The house is still cold, but you know what? The toilets are taken care of, and I put the effort in. Maybe it's like a desperate effort, but there's no water around except for the frozen water. And when you have frozen water, you do have a way to melt it. Thankfully we did. I'm going to definitely invest now in battery-powered single burners and just store them somewhere in case this happens again. And given the fact that we live in Maine, it's probably going to, and there's going to be an apocalypse at some point. That's it. Basically, I'm gonna go back out and like cook chicken on the grill. But thank you so much for watching this very strange vlog. I don't know if you've ever needed to know any of this stuff. I don't even know if I taught you anything, but I'm happy that you're here with me because I am so lonely. Because I just live in the middle of nowhere, not because no one texts me back. That's not true. People text me back. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Thanks for being here with me. Bye.